Hello! We're back with a film review, film sesh of Dan K and Victor in, what is this, MSL Fall Split? Winners Quarterfinal Open Qualifier. I am here with Nuke the Whales.
Hello, hello, hello.
And our special guest, Mylo Grams.
I've been described as special before. Hello, everyone.
And so, both these players playing Birdos, so lots of defense. Anyone got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, so like it's another interesting matchup where I think Dank is that pressure kind of play style. He takes a lot of quantity over quality, and this is the exact opposite where he's quality over quantity. So, but both are also regarded as like some of the top. I think these are the only two top players who use Birdos, and they're both really insane at defense. So this will be a pleasure to see.
Yeah, and they're also on Crater. So will that change?
Yep.
Should that change anybody's
anyone who's taken Birdo? Yeah, I think anyone who's taken Birdo is trying to boost up their defense. So these guys might have just taken Birdos because they're like, I know our next game's probably Crater. I don't want to give up anything. They also probably just took Birdo because it's Viv and Dank. So I understand. Dan,
but like their styles go with Birdo so well.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, a lot of it is, right, both are games are predicated on getting that block from Birdo and then kind of getting out on the break, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you can just scrap, and I know we always joke around with Mylo, right? But, like, once you start scrapping, Birdo players, like, that's kind of where they thrive.
Yeah.
So, but you do bring up a good point. Do you change your play style for, like, a different map? Like, are you going to go for more dinkers, and are you going to go for more quantity because you're on Crater? Or you just say, I'm going to hit my chips?
If you're not, then you are not playing to the best ability you can. Like, if you're taking half quarters at Palace at the same rate as Crater, you're not playing to the best. Like, Crater will give half court shots like 40% of the time. You'll never get them at Palace. So it's definitely a lot more.
I think they're very small changes, but the changes are necessary to get the most out of your playstyle.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree that you definitely should treat him differently, but at the end of the day, you played so many games in your play style, it doesn't make too much sense to switch it up too far, at least.
Yeah, like the foundation, I'm not going to change the way that I play besides hey, maybe I should just shoot more on Crater.
Yeah.
That would be the only, or shoot more on offense, and then on defense, respect the labs. That's pretty much it. But yeah, we're going to get into it right now.
So Dan has the ball here, right? He's P1.
Yeah, Viv is the Weege and goes for that immediate lab.
Oh, did Viv
Weege?
So I feel like Viv always starts his games like that, with a lab, and it's just it kills me when you start a game with a lab like this, because it's just I get what you're doing, but you might be able to come down with it. I don't know, it's a long path.
I think you should come down with it. But the thing is, if you're gonna shoot this, you need to shoot it over here.
Yeah.
And he's going across trying to make it in Crater. You could make it, but you can get that. Even if you don't, you can get that rebound if you shoot it over here, and you still have a good chance of making it because it's Crater.
Yeah.
I'm not against that low shot. You have your Birdo there to rebound, but they also have that defending Birdo, and I don't know if I guess you could see that Birdo in that shot. But
yeah,
even still.
And see, that's what I'm so worried about. Not getting it, not getting an item, and also giving up one. So now he's down 2 items with already 10 seconds into the game. This is a really bad start. And look, it's just from that, he's gonna get a. Oh my god.
Oh.
Is that
I think what happened, right, was if you start the sprint right on the shroom, it buffers the input. And so then you get stuck with that sprint dribble at the end of the shroom, which fucked up his timing.
Right.
So.
And also, this is on buffer.
Can you go back? Yep. Can you go back real fast? 5 seconds. I'm gonna ask for it all the time.
Yeah, go ahead. It's really no problem.
What's interesting here? Watch where Viv goes. It wasn't YouTube, I promise.
Yeah.
Watch where Viv goes with his Birdo. I feel a lot of people try to go up to Daisy here, right, to try to force something. But Viv knows, if the mushroom is there, I'm not going to stop Daisy. and goes for the rebound instead. If he tries to go up for Daisy there, that other Birdo is probably sticking around. Like that AI is probably going for that rebound, and that might end up as a goal. So
Yeah, you're right.
that moving Birdo for that rebound was huge for Viv because that's already saving a 1-0 deficit down 2 items.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's like it's something to remind. If you can't get to that ball or you can't block that shot, then you have to start covering the rebound, right? There's no use in like pushing that Birdo to Daisy because then it's just going to be no man's land.
Right.
But yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, once again, he's done 2 items though, and so you like.
Oh, and he just panics and then gets. He'll get an item from this though.
Yeah, and like, was it because he's like trying to get on the break really fast because he has this Birdo back here?
Yeah, but I think it's just like.
This is not
Dank
it.
Dank plays that really well by shading the Daisy to cover both, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then really good reaction time just to switch off the Daisy like almost immediately and force the pass.
Yeah, but he's gonna get an item. He goes the wrong. I don't like that. Do you?
Yeah, you know Viv has to shoot that, right?
Hold on.
Like there's no way Viv doesn't shoot this. So it's like, oh, I see. You're worried that he is kind of far from you, but I think you're plenty fine. You don't need to have a shell right there. You can wait, see if he comes down with it, see where he shoots it at, and then shell. You don't need to do this right away.
Yeah, and then you can at least wait, and also it like pushes your advantage that much more because that Birdo's gonna be down longer. And
both holding the shells. This is really interesting.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, but Dan's been pressuring him the whole time. Like, I don't think Viv has had those 2 shots. Did he just whiff? Oh.
Yeah. Well, what happened is he switched to the wrong character,
right?
Which fucked his momentum.
I like that stop a lot.
Yeah.
Right after you see it.
Yep. You know shells are coming out, so you want to make sure you get something from that possession. And I mean, it's crater, so anything can go in.
So why would you sprint? Why would you use it here? Why would you use it here instead of back here? Y'all can see my mouse, right?
Yeah. I think it's just like you're like you. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think maybe you realize too late that it's like you think you don't have to use it and you're trying not to use it until you realize the last second this is like I have to use it now.
Yeah, because like what happens when alright, so you don't use it here, but now he's in range to hit you and you get put in that fence and you can't do anything and he's gonna get a free stun.
Yeah, so like now I think you freak out, so you have to use it basically, and then the Birdo block comes in handy.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have to clear that.
And I don't think, yeah, okay, so like there's gonna be another thing though, is that I think a lot of times Viv is trying to like slide into it and like catch it, but he just is like he's off.
Yeah, I hate that.
But I also do not like this shell right here. Like,
what was it? Yeah.
Look at that. You have all that room to secure the ball. Hold on to that shell. And
if you're gonna use the shell, to your point, right? You said earlier, wait, right? If you're going to commit to using that, why not down the Birdo right here? You know, like it'll be stunned for longer. It'll be stunned further away from the play.
Yeah.
So.
Also, we kind of skipped by it. I forgot I muted myself for a couple seconds, but like that scrum in the corner, I don't hate Vif's mushroom use there because it's drawing that Birdo all the way out, right? Because if you're Dan, like most players do this, and I think I'm one of the few that don't. When there's someone in the corner, almost always, I'm going to let them take the ball. But most people will chase that on the off chance they get the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
But like he drew him the whole way, and then in the corner, as soon as he couldn't get hit, he used that mushroom, and he almost actually broke out here while that Birdo's still behind him. And that breaks like a 4-on-3, except he passed it and turned it over. But if he doesn't turn that over, that's suddenly a 4-on-3, and that Birdo is like against the wall. The Dan Birdo.
Yeah, so look, I agree with that, but the problem is getting that 4-on-3 is so hard because of how big Birdo is, and like you've just stuck yourself in a corner where you don't really have anywhere to go. So if you do get out of it, you're in a really good spot. The problem is like you've made it hard on yourself to do that.
And another thing to realize is like risk versus reward is that like if you use the item early, you get the ball and you can like you have possession, but you don't have that 4-on-3 that you're really looking for at the moment. But you can still, but you still have possession. You can still get that shot. You can get an item, whatever. But when you're here, let me get back to it. But when you're using it this close, the risk is that you get hit, and you turn it over. Thank goodness Dan was just spamming the B button here, because that's a free lob. Look at it.
Yeah.
And
that's honestly you can one touch that lob.
Huh?
You can one touch that lob. You don't even need to dribble that, right?
And that's what I mean by risk versus reward. Is that the reward is so low and the risk is so high. And with everybody who's so fucking good now, that these small interactions can be the deciding factors in these types of games. But once again, he clears. But yeah, Dan has been putting on pressure this entire minute.
Mylo, what do you think of that slide right there? By Visperdo. Watch Visperdo right here.
Oh yeah, see that's. I think what's unfortunate, you have to keep them back, right? Especially in Crater, right? You want to force outside shots anywhere, but especially here. And the thing is, I'll do this sometimes because on passes, people love to be pass happy, so they send one pass up and then they immediately try to find the next. So I think Viv is anticipating that Dan is going to pass this up to that front Birdo right away, but he doesn't. He holds onto it for a little bit and then passes it up, which is smart. So I get the anticipation, but you have to wait a little bit on that. And if anything, you know what, it's not a good position. It's 2-on-3. Just delay it a little bit. Don't be sliding there, because once you slide, you are gambling an entire player just so you can get a turnover.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that at all.
Yeah, I mean, because you commit so hard to that, you give up so much space. Yeah, and so I don't know if this will be a goal, but it should be at least, especially on Crater.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a slide into it.
Yeah, perfect. And Dan once again having that those items. And
that's kind of an unlucky bounce right there. Oh, he doesn't use it?
Yeah, this is gonna be a
slide. Oh, this is a fucking tank.
That's in.
He does that every single time.
Yeah, but look, Dan has put on so much pressure, and Viv has had next to no offense, right? Oh, this is finally the first good shot that he's had. That was finally the first good shot that he's had all game. But what makes someone like Viv so dangerous is that he doesn't need that many opportunities.
Yeah, he's very good at cycling, and he hits his deck, right? So if you don't score, this is gonna be this is I feel like this is really good defense by Viv there to kill that break.
Drop back 5, because you can see Viv go back right here. You have to notice when you've turned the ball over, or if it's worth fighting over. Right here, it's worth fighting over. Right. The ball's in the corner. If you get a shot off, you get another item. That's worth fighting over. So go a second forward, right? And it's still enough.
Yeah, I don't know why Dank didn't shell there, but alas. Anyways.
Yeah, well, he gets the 2 items, but
gets the 2 items. He's shooting. He gets hit right there. It's a turnover. Right? You can react and be ready for whatever. As soon as that bomb goes up, it's turned over. That. Get out of there. It doesn't matter too much, but if you don't hit with that Birdo, you save 3 feet. But right there, you have to force defensively, you have to accept you're giving up a shot. I feel like a lot of people love to prevent all shots at all costs. Viftor has already accepted. A lot of really, really good defenders for strikers, you can accept when you're giving up a shot, but you can't accept giving up a goal, right? Mm-hmm. If you leave Daisy wide open, if you go and attack the ball with no regard of Daisy and just hope you can steal it, you've given up a goal. But hey, if you split them, you're kind of a third of the way, which Viftor does very well. He's up there enough to force it out, and Dan doesn't have to pass that early. But when it's 2-on-1, you do not want to turn it over, because then it's going to be odd man rush on the other side. So that's great defense by Viv. Force the ball to move, and as soon as it's passing, that's killing time.
I actually don't like this shot though by Dan. I know what you're trying to do, right? Is that you're trying to take advantage of You still have a 2-on-1, so you take a shot, you get an item, and then you go into that board basically. But like, if you wait half a second, that other birdo comes into frame. So it's like, I feel like you could have waited a little bit to make that decision, right? You didn't have to make it right away because you see like that birdo right there, which is like, again, maybe we don't know if there's another birdo behind it. There probably is. But like you can, I don't know. I feel like you can afford to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think in this situation you're right. But let's take out this birdo right now. Like for a hypothetical, like I like that shot. If there's no birdo trailing, no open birdo trailing.
Yeah, I agree. I think you force the rebound position and you guarantee get an item. So especially on the 0-0 items.
Yeah, and you got that 2-0 lead already.
Yeah.
And you're on Crater. Hell, that's a good shot.
Also, good camp by Viff. The skill of the art of blocking long charge shots is not lost. It's very much alive. Like he misses this like by a like
pixels
bow tie.
Yeah.
But that was great positioning for it, and it's still with the level of the other birdo. It's like he had a chance for a block, and he's not going to give up an easy rebound. Like that's amazing.
But Viff goes the wrong way on this rebound. You see that his momentum? Yeah, like you should know that Dank's going to aim to the left every single time. But you see Viff overcommits to the middle, like right here, and I don't know if like right there trying to go for the block, and he gives up that board instead of like running right to where it's going to drop.
So he's a little too committed to the shot, but like that is exactly where he should be. He shouldn't be moving from there. Like you should be staying right there, maybe move down a hair, and that's good. But like you're staying in front of the rebound, and like that shot, that shot's okay.
So see right there, like that move.
It looks like he like fell into the trap of trying to play both the shot and the pass, and ended up playing neither.
Yeah.
And
because at that point, you play the shot and the rebound. Like, if he passes it, oh, great. Oh, I already have a birdo right there anyway. Like, play the shot and the rebound. And then if that pass happens, it's still it's killing more time. It gives your defense a chance to catch up. And if a shot or a rebound happens, you're already in front of that, and you have the chance to block it.
But, for Dan here, this one time, I hate it.
I know this is like his game, so he does this and it works for him. But yeah, I mean, you have so much time to like even just charge it.
Yeah, you pick that up, you have so many options. You can go down here for a stun, you can perfect pass it here into this rebounder here. There's so many options. Going for that one time is not the move.
And you're one-timing when Viff is already in rebounding position. Like if you force Viff to come out, like just hold it for literally, even if you want to one-time it, just wait half a second to one-time it. Then Daisy gets into a better position. Viff probably gets pulled out to try to block the shot.
Right.
Yeah. And you just kind of give up to that in there.
Yeah. By that being saved, that's a turnover, right? Like it doesn't get an item. It doesn't get, that is just straight up a turnover by not waiting on that.
So he got the item though at the beginning, but still he could have two and a goal even.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. And from Viff's perspective, right? That's great. Like he's putting a birdo in the spot where if Dan comes in for a chip, that's going to be tough, but it's still 1-on-3. Like he's just doing the best he can with 1-on-3. And it's not a bad idea with 1-on-3 to get your birdo near the goalie, because if you have a 1-on-3 on defense, you're just hoping they take a shot that's not good and that they miss, because that's a turnover. And all you're trying to do on defense is get the ball.
So what do you think about this slide right here?
Yeah, it's aggressive because I get the risk from Dan. If he gets that steal, he still keeps that 3-on-1, right? And a 3-on-1 should almost always be a goal. I mean, I'm talking from the perspective of someone who could score that, but like a 3-on-1, you should be able to get a great shot or an item or both and a goal out of it.
Right.
And knowing, like, at that point, I'm not too upset with that Daisy slide. Yeah, you can catch up, but like, and you lose a little ground with Daisy. It's worth the risk to lose Daisy as a defender because she's hardly a defender anyway here.
Right.
Right. If she's running straight back, who cares? Like she loses a half of a second, not even a quarter of a second. Birdo's going to be on that chase, and Birdo's going to be the first one there anyway. So that's fine. It's not ideal. Maybe you try to run backwards to slide instead. I don't really care about it. I like the idea of trying to get that turnover for a goal, and it didn't work, but Viff is about to have a 4-on-1 anyway, or a 3-on-1.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking.
Not the right way. Right.
It's like, you're not gonna, like, no matter what, if you don't start with that daisy and you start running back, you still are down a man. So, like, you're still giving up a fast break. So why not, like, take the risk in that point? So I actually do like that slide. I think, like, normally I wouldn't, but in this specific scenario, because you're giving up a fast break regardless, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a good pass by Viv to get that out before Dan slid, because if he hesitated a tiny bit, then that's probably another 3-on-1 shot. So, good pass.
And that's why another reason why I really don't like that one time is that you miss that. Viv is in position. He's getting a 3-on-1 going the other way.
And this is, I'd probably say this is a corner right here. You take it to the corner, you wait to see if Dan's going to item. Because any pass right here, Dan can just item to defend it. So you might as well draw the Birdo, force him to commit to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least charge the corner. And like.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
There's the
and Viv doesn't even dribble. That's that's really smart by Viv, knowing that Dan's gonna like immediately item, so he just gets it. So.
Yeah.
But
and he's got 2 Birdos breaking onto that goal. So if he lets that go,
if he can get,
ooh,
it doesn't matter.
yeah, but that was perfect. That was perfect. Great. Shot it this way with the 2 Birdos on this side. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Can we go back? I want to look at. Sorry, I keep on looking at the defensive player, but like Dan back here, right? He did go for that steal. I like it. This Birdo, you're in no man's land, obviously, because it's 1-on-3. But like, move it. You just let it move forward a little bit, right?
Move forward, like here.
Yeah, like let the play move like a tiny bit, right? So you've already used your items. What does Birdo do after this, right? Obviously, it ended up a goal anyway, but like, doesn't matter. If you use your items, what do you do as Birdo after this?
So I would think usually what Dan does is that he throws the item at like the ball handler and then backs up, trying to guard the next pass.
Yes, I like that. I think that's still good here, but like, I actually honestly didn't check. Keep going through here. Because he used the item, and he still goes down, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to use the item, fuck it, it's already over. Oh, sorry, I don't know if it's PG. We made it through the first minute of YouTube. Like, you use the item, he's got to do something, right? If he avoids the item, like, you're going to lose. Sorry, dude. But, like, you use the item, now go and guard the other 2 players.
Yeah, especially when you're...
Like, those 2 Birdos, they have it separated.
Especially when it's on a 3v1.
Yeah. Like, you have to play your odds. You don't have good cards at the poker table. You have to play with what you have and hope that it can win. Because occasionally, it will.
Oh, God.
Oh.
God.
Oh.
Well, he's got 2 items out of that. That was a great possession.
That was saucy.
Okay.
I think if he chipped any of those rebounds, they might have gone in. But, yeah, that was crazy.
But, like...
Talk about lost in the sauce. He actually, like, knows exactly where he is in the sauce. Like,
he's got the goggles on in the sauce.
I hate this second hit by Viv.
Yeah,
every single person who dekes once off kickoff will deke a second time 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You know that second deke is coming.
I hate it too. And the worst part is that I do it all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah. It's a fucking instinct. I can't help it.
I know. And I'm just, every single time, I'm just like, I'm so stupid.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, losing that front guy, like, it's worth it to hit or slide because, okay, if I miss him, I already have someone going, like, they're going for their back guy now. Okay, sweet. Now I'm forcing them up. Like, who cares? That second guy is literally your safety. You don't tackle a running back at the 1 yard line with your safety. Like, don't do that. Sorry for the metaphor for you Euro folks watching this. But...
Yeah, but he gets 2 items out of that.
And a good switch there to the green.
Ooh. Yeah. He's gonna have.
I don't think he had to. I don't hate to clear, but I don't think he had to clear. I get it because.
Love it.
Like, I think you're clearing it, and it's good because you can see what he did. He uses the items, but I think like you have that Luigi stunned there, so So, and you've got the Birdo breaking, so like you could wait a little bit just to see how it develops, but it's a good clear. It's a good clear.
Yeah, and especially like it's really hard to see that like as fast as possible. Like whenever.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look at how much shit happens in like 3 seconds. You know.
Yeah,
Clear
no.
is good, and then the insta item. I don't know why he's not iteming right now. Is he just waiting? He's probably pressing that advantage that you're talking about. And he's gonna great defense.
Oh, buffer. But you got to get a shot off right here. I mean, especially if you use an item.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to get a shot off, and this is gonna put you in such a good position. But.
And he's also got 2 Birdos right here. To pass to as well. Like he can get it out of this corner if he's not feeling the stun.
Yeah, oh, Dank loves the corner though. Dank loves this little area. So I'm almost positive he's taking the shot every time. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta get it off.
That's a dangerous fast dribble. Oh my gosh. He is lucky he didn't just try to steal that.
That one? That second one?
That dribble. Like, oh my gosh, that A unit's suddenly a 2-1.
Yeah.
But that's. I mean, you'll take it. Dan kind of went a little further back just to kind of set his defense up, which look I respect. But like, if you are given that, you have time to react to a hard dribble like that. Like
right.
you can go after that, and at that point, like that Birdo, AI is not going to steal that. You have to steal that.
Mm-hmm. They'll just get like in their way.
Yeah.
Oh, he did try to. I think he tried, but he got the wrong person.
Wait,
look at the daisy.
He was super late with it though. Like you have to be reacting right there. Like you can't be reacting with a dribble. It's probably like 0.2 of a second, but it feels like such a long time during a game. Like you have to see as soon as they dribble. You're not looking at where they're dribbling. You're looking at where the dribble's going to end up. So that's where you're going to steal the ball, and that's way within range of that Birdo. So it's tough because Dan was a little late on it. I think he reacted late because he didn't see how close he actually was. Also defensively, I love when Critter saves shots like that.
These?
Yeah, like that is a good little cross pass. I love when my goalie is doing that. It makes my defense way easier.
Viv is playing that. I mean, it's a really good hit that you have to hit there, but Viv was playing that so close. Like if you're gonna hit, I feel like you have to hit earlier because like right there, if you hit half a second later, like you're gonna whiff and Dank's gonna get the shot off.
Yeah, and Dan could also hit that one into the fence.
Yeah.
Have a break.
Well, if he hits that one to the fence, the other Birdo might get back in time.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't hate that time. I mean, that timing is the perfect timing for me.
Oh, it's perfect.
Later. But if you're earlier on that, you're going to give up possibly a 2-on-0, maybe 2-on-1 or 1-on-0 or something like that. But like if you hit earlier than that and it doesn't end up being a mushroom, if it's any other item, that's immediately a turnover, or it's at least another big advantage for Dan. Like I love that hit, and I mean it lucked out that it was a mushroom. I love that hit at that time. Because even if that is like a big blue shell, doesn't matter. You got the goalie right there, you have the defender, and you have an extra Birdo in between. That's a great hit in my mind.
Oh yeah. It's hairs away from being a bad one. But yeah, it's perfect timing. Oh, just not over.
Clear. Oh.
Good hit there, yeah.
Is that in? Nice. You gotta get it out. You gotta be looking to clear. Oh, damn. There's not really
I think I just
much opportunity.
Unlucky shell. Yeah, unlucky shell AI.
Yeah, there's just not much opportunity. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
a good rebound, good pressure from this.
But I mean that's why you go. That's why you get that good clear and you go for that stun because you get that opportunity. So.
Ooh, okay. So we get to see it like insta fall. Like this is probably 100th of a second in game. Do you like that shell there?
Which one? This. Wait, hold on.
We're about to get it.
Here? This one that he's about to throw?
Yeah, green. God. Viv's about to throw that shell.
I mean, I don't hate it. I also think you can just get better stuff. Because so like, what I would do here is like, cause this is definitely hitting. Like this is definitely hitting Weege, right? So
Yeah.
I think you should just be immediately switching to this, using the shroom, getting the free lob that you're creating, and I think you should be using it now. Nice, perfect. Not perfect actually. But yeah, I like that a lot. Now, if you have like, if you're 1-to-1 on items, I think that's really not a good move.
Uh-oh.
What happened? We lost him. It's just you and me now.
I think so. Oh. There it is. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We're in the final half minute. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, you guys speed ran through it without me monologuing.
Yeah, suddenly Nuke left, and then we just like blazed through this. It's crazy.
It was a hi, hello, I'm the problem.
Yeah, that's a lob. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's just textbook right there. Pass, item,
Like
lob.
that, I didn't think that lob was amazing, but it's Crater, so it's pretty forgiving. Like,
I mean, that's why Dink
probably-
plays on Crater.
yeah, it's probably top of the net most places. But you know what? I think the lob one gives it to you.
Okay, wait, okay. Can we go back to the kickoff defense? I thought this was really interesting. I haven't actually seen this before, but you see he doubles, and then because he knows that that back Birdo is going to run back to the Waluigi. Like, is that what you're saying, Mylo? Right? You just kind of charge that first Birdo forward.
Yeah, honestly, and I don't hate a hit either going for that, but like at that point, yeah, I like that because if you like, if you're on offense here, what are your options? Like, what are you thinking right now?
Euro.
Yeah, I'm thinking I got that Luigi like open right now,
that's what
so
I'm looking at
I can't
right
pass it to him, but I'm trying to get a board to him.
now. Euro.
Okay, because you have 3 people in the way. You cannot get to any other Birdo besides that back Birdo unless you spin through at least 2 defenders. Like if I'm Dan here, I'm looking at a way to get. I don't know if you can point to him. That little I'm pointing on my screen. The single Birdo, the safety Birdo, right? No, the other way.
Down
Not
here?
Vif's, but Dan's safety Birdo.
Oh, okay, yeah, right here.
No.
Here.
That bottom left. That safety Birdo has Luigi. If you have a dirty Euro here, like that Birdo will be on Luigi, and you won't even have to give an item up, most likely.
But there's a second Birdo right at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah,
For,
there's one down
Viv.
here.
There
You can
is,
barely
but if
see
you're-
the bow.
like-
I think it's right here.
Yeah, but if you're giving up a dirty Euro here, there's so much time. You have plenty of time to get back on that. And like that defensive structure, that little wall in between that single pass to go forward is amazing. Like you could press AB twice and probably steal this pass twice if he tries to get it low. Which I actually think he does go through because
so I think
you look at that. You controlled it and forced him to the corner. You figured he was going to go up into the corner and do that dirty Euro. So that little manual juke, it worked out here. But that little wall structure is so nice, and it's tough to see that dissolve because that was a great setup to start. But now Viv kind of broke through that, and this has got a little a mini 3-on-2.
Yeah, Viv sees right that Luigi being open, and so I think instead of going for the Euro setup, he tries to bait the Birdo and let the defense break down because he's looking for the pass into the Luigi.
Yep.
And he gets it. It's just it's being itemed. I would one-time this. That's a one-time. That's in.
Yeah. You can't accept that pass. You got to get rid of it right away.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do
Not a
that.
good idea.
If you're going to do that, just hit the B button. If you're panicking, just hit the B button.
This is a
Get
clear.
rid out of it.
This is a clear. Where would you pass it, though? Hold on. All right, so you just picked up the ball here.
I'm probably running it back to my keeper.
Yeah, that's probably
Like,
a good
no,
move. So.
Oh, well,
I think-
he's playing that now. I don't know.
Yeah, then you just. I would.
Let's sprint.
Here.
The ball should get to the keeper, even if you get hit, right?
Yeah, it's a little risky though, because if you don't, you
Yeah.
get scored on. I would probably move it up here and see what he does, and then just probably do what Dan should have done, which is clear it off this pass.
Or if anything there, I pass it. I mean, I know you hate center and passes on your defensive side, but like, is there any green Birdo near that bottom Birdo? Because that's like an open Birdo right now. And then you have like your offensive developing on that bottom side.
So the thing is that I thought Viff was playing that passing lane right there.
Yeah, he was, but now that it's up in the air, like you can.
Oh, you mean passing it here?
Yeah, passing it here, which is still risky because that high to low pass, like, it always sucks. But like, I think that's available there. I don't think anyone's in the way. And you
went back.
Hold that ball. Yeah,
This bird
which
went back,
I think
is terrible.
It's not ideal, but like, yeah.
So,
But
yeah,
anything-
so much can go wrong, but honestly, anything would be better than what he did.
You need to
Yeah.
press a button there. Is all we're saying.
Yeah,
like
this is a free
same
corner.
way. Yep. Or worse.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, not the extra dribble. No.
Wait, this is getting stolen, right? Oh!
Oh,
This is the corner.
A little
Nice
step.
block.
he goes.
Yep.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do, but I think you might want to try going the opposite direction, going left on that corner, just because you have I think that's gonna get blocked, especially with Birdos.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's
that's
a
just a
great
really good block by Dan. Actually,
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a
that's just
great block.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you take the ins. Well, honestly, I take the outside corner because I hate getting blocked, which is why I love doing it so much. But
Clean.
good slide too.
Tight slide. Holy crap! What an angle.
That is a
Right.
great slide. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe-
he
Oh, he tried to
overcommit.
clear it!
He overcommits on that rebound too, right? Cause oh no, it just goes the wrong way. Yeah, okay.
no,
I feel like
that's fun, honestly.
yeah.
This is a pass.
I love this freeze frame. Oh, dang it. I was going to say don't move from it because like everyone else is like sprinting in directions and Luigi just like looks like he got teleported into a game with a soccer ball. He's like, what's happening? Like, oh, what's up, everyone? And everyone else is like, do something. And he's like, yeah, I'm just playing a game.
I'm doing something here. I gotta do something.
Everyone else just screaming, and he's like, what happened? Good pass. That is insane.
And that's it.
Oh,
You cannot be mentally well and make that pass. That is so clutch. But what do you think about that chip? Like, that's a good chip, obviously, but like,
Except for the shell. I do
I
not
just-
like the shell.
Yeah, that needs to come
Yeah.
out earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it probably
if
forced
he
them
doesn't,
in.
if he doesn't,
It
the red
did, I
shell's
think.
getting used, and he doesn't even get a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I feel like Viv could also have made that chip, even with the red shell, and so it's just so risky. But it worked. I mean, it forced Viv to miss.
Alternatively, are you okay with Dan using that shell?
That's the thing. I like Viv shell. I didn't like Dan shell.
Okay, because like, I like Vif's. I honestly am not too against Dan's because like, he knows this is the lane for a shot, and shooting that shell directly at it, it just forces a rush. And whenever you're rushing someone to take a tech shot, it's going to start failing. Like even a crater, if you are rushing a chip, like he had time for it, but if you're rushing it to get something out of the way, that it causes people to miss. So I mean, it's not ideal. You'd rather not use it and have them still miss. But if you don't use that, that's a goal. So it's low percentage, but it played out because it's a tied game. So
Ooh.
oh no.
That's two
Yeah, you gotta
items.
hit that. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Then-
All right.
Okay, here's
offensive
the
guys.
question.
Do I go
You-
there?
Which item do you use? Do you use green, big green first, or do you use triple bombs
For okay, hold on.
for defense? Yeah, which one do you use first? I switch to triple bombs. Triple bombs are awful, so I try to use them as fast as I can.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think using an item there at all is good. But if you are, I would use the bombs. Well, actually, you're close to the wall. It probably would just like randomly fuck up.
Yeah.
Bombs are so reliable.
I'm also gonna level with you. I could not think that quickly, so I would end up using the green shell because it's the first item I got. And that is the so, can't blame it. I'm sorry though. Can we move back like 10 seconds? It was right there. So yeah. At like 132. Dan has like 2 people here for a shot, right? Like this Birdo's about the Birdo that Riftor's controlling, about to die.
Yeah.
And Daisy's going to come in, and this other Birdo's going to get hit. What should Dan be doing here on offense? Because he is like near a 3-on-1. I guess it's a 3-on-2.
So
like the Daisy and the Birdo are in the same spot, so it's like I don't know. I feel like the AI has been pretty rough for Dank right here.
I would probably shoot it. Just like take the one time.
Yeah, because he labs this, but there's no chance that Birdo's going to be alive for a lab. Like, that Birdo's going to get hit every single time.
So the thing is that, like, if you can get it to this Birdo, I think that's the best move. What I don't like is you could possibly just randomly pass it to this Daisy, and it goes nowhere, and you both get hit, and you don't get an item out of it, and then you get scored on, and then I get mad. But I think this is this is the best move.
Honestly, like, offensive, like, I'm not the offensive mind, but like, I see that and I immediately start bringing Birdo towards the net, not like directly at it, but like towards the wall, right? Because like, I'm gonna move over, it'll at least give me a little separation from Daisy and Birdo, and then I can move something there. But instead, I have, there's two right next to each other, and you get the ball away from those two, and that seems bad when they're guarded that closely.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, that's kind of a tough one that's one to like look back and be like, oh, obviously that's a choice, but like that seemed weird at the time, especially for
bomb there
to take that shot.
Yeah, why did he bomb?
You should bomb here. You should bomb right here.
I think you should get but if you don't, why bomb here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Too late.
Because you've
It's
already
the most obvious.
Huh?
It's an obvious one time. Like Vic's one time in that one. So don't. Yeah.
Honestly, though, you should not have to use an item. You should be clearing this, if anything, because you're putting the ball on the other side.
Yeah, but he can't. I think he's trying to at least, but he gets hit.
Oh, yeah, he was late on that. Well, he wasn't even late on that. That's just tough.
And so I think you just hold on to this. Like, what's he gonna do?
Tough.
Euro? Like the best thing he could do
right there.
Is Euro or one time it. That should not be a bomb use.
With no one there, and then you can just bomb later if you need to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that also gives you like a like breakaway.
Yeah. Dank's got a breakaway right now. Dank's got that Daisy.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Oh, good clear.
Good clear. I don't like those items. Well, I like this item. Yeah, exactly. Because that you just lost item advantage for no reason. You're gonna use the bomb. It's gonna happen no matter what.
There's a lot of clears. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, big. Oh, goodness. Oh, he started it too early. Didn't take enough of an angle.
He started that slide with the momentum from the steal, which is kind of crazy. Wasn't quite enough to get it across.
Oh, he switched people to red.
Oh no, he did.
Nope.
And he's gonna get scored on because of it.
Oh my god, wait, there's 30 seconds left. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking, man. Holy shit. And Biff's got 2 items. Oh.
Yeah, like you should just be waiting. Like, yeah, it's probably not gonna get much better. Like you use the reds, and then he uses the green back. It does buy your defense time though.
Yeah, and you've got 30 seconds left. Like, if this, it's like you can't really think about like storing up items for item advantage with 30 seconds. Like I know it's Kratos, so there's plenty of time for like shit to go down, but like there's only gonna be 1 or 2 goals scored most likely. So like.
Right. But that was so sick.
Okay, so pause it here if you don't mind. What is your mindset if you're Viv and Dan?
He used the triple reds too.
Yeah, he's about to use it to try and get that power shot.
Yeah,
off.
he's
RPG. Okay.
Regardless of the items, right? What has your mindset changed at all right now? Like, if you're either of these guys, what's changed in your mindset?
Nothing.
37 seconds left on Crater is plenty of time to get to score.
Okay.
I think maybe if I'm Viv, I'm ultra not letting any labs go. Like I'm not letting Dank take any shots, but like that's about it.
And like, look, if he's used it already, but when like I look at the item thing, the item like inventory, I still have the red shells that Dan is currently using, but I still have those in my inventory. That's if used right, you can get whatever shot you want.
Yep, and its ability to draw, like if you can tie up items here, you'll be golden. I mean, you're not going to be golden; you're down a goal. But like, if you can tie up items here or take advantage for the last 30 seconds, like that's what you want to do because you want to have that advantage as long as you can leading into the last few shots that you have. So, and he clearly didn't want that right away.
Oh, I'm surprised that Dank doesn't freeze there. I feel like that's a pretty.
You freeze that? That's either that's a stun, that's a lob, that's pretty much anything you want. You got this cross completely free. That's so much.
Yep. Yeah, you have to use those, especially this time.
Yeah, which also makes it even more surprising that Viv didn't use his green.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I see someone have a blues, I items so fucking early because I am not getting frozen.
Yeah.
Then, so he's got the 2 items that we were looking for, or that we were talking about. Oh.
Hey, look at this. Look at the. Okay, so if you're Vif, I guess 29 seconds at Praetor is a little different, but like if you're Vif, you are going for items and preventing shots, right? Like if you can give up as many passes as you want, but any shot that goes off, you want to get in the way, you want to stop it, and you just do not care. Like you want the fewest shots overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the item use there is so. I hate that because who cares if he gets it? Like if Dan gets this clear, oh well. Like you have Luigi right there. Like you have another Birdo. If he gets this clear, he's probably got to hit you too, or something.
And
right?
you tie up items.
So I'm gonna agree and disagree with you, Mylo. Right? I think, especially because it's on Crater, 30 seconds is so much time that you need another goal, right, to feel safe. But I don't like that item because Dan, like you can only hit one of the Daisy, right, or the Birdo, and the other one is always going to item you back. So like you're and like if you don't use items, he's still gonna item you. So you're basically just giving him you're just giving away that green.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're trading 1 blue shell. You have nothing in your inventory. He's got a big red. You are down a person, and there's 30 seconds left, and he's trying to tie the game up, and he's got a good opportunity too.
And a great chip, great look, and a great goal.
I think, that entire goal, that entire sequence started when he threw that.
Yep. If you take that shot, if you take the clear, or like clear it again, or even if you hit him, like go back, 4 seconds there? Maybe a little too long. Dan can just turn around and hit Birdo. There's no penalty for it. You're not giving him an item. Like, just turn around and hit that Birdo. Not now, but like when that ball is near hitting the ground, shoot it, you're fine. You have an extra item.
And you waste time too, so it's like yeah.
Like that's one where you're that defensive mindset on offense. Like, hey, I can get away with this. It's fine. I'm going to stall for time, not illegally. I'm gonna stall time, and I'm gonna put the ball on your side. Because if he gets a shot off too, that's at least an extra 2 or 3 seconds kill, and he gets a half an item. But instead, gets that extra item advantage, and it's tied. And hey, look at this. It's a 23-second game.
Yeah. A 23-second game to 1.
I think you could have brought it to the middle. I don't think Birdo would have blocked that, and you just have more rebounders there. Like look at that Birdo in the middle. But I get it. You don't want it to be blocked by Birdo.
All right, so you shoot this and it goes into Birdo's face, right? You and it lands right around here. This Birdo picks it up. You have 1 and 2 ready to hit.
Yeah, he's got an item too.
Yeah.
And then you're close to the corner. Yeah, I just think it's better to go in the middle. Yeah. You convinced me now even more. Oh, but a freezy too.
That's good.
Great. I'll say though, great defense by Biff. Like that pressured it to take that side shot, and you already have momentum to get the rebound in the corner and anything on the bottom half. Like that was great defense. Literally just go in a direction. Doesn't have to be complicated. It was just, hey, I'm gonna send this guy in this way.
I hate that. Except if it's 8 seconds left and I have a freeze to your no items, I'm thinking one good defensive possession and then I win the game because like a freeze basically gives me like whatever shot I want. So like
regardless of items too.
Yeah, so it's just like that hit is so greedy. You're in such a good position to just play one good defensive possession.
Right. And like, who cares if you're on Crater? Like, I don't care. Like, that shouldn't change since you're on Crater.
You kind of mentioned it, Nuke. I kind of wanted to bring it up because I started talking about it, but it was a little too early. Like, there's a huge, like, I feel a lot of players, like, they play 5 minutes as though all 5 minutes are the same. It's like, oh, no matter what the score is or what the time is, I'm playing the same all the time. I'm playing to score goals and not give up goals, and that's it. But, like, when you get to here, like, defensively, your whole entire strategy, honestly, with like 15 seconds left, your whole defensive strategy is switching. Like, when I play defense, I'm letting you take labs most of the time because it's not worth giving you an item. It's not even a half an item trade-off isn't worth it, right? But like in this time, no shots at all, right? You are not shooting because any accidental goal is going to win, right? A goal made with 4.5 minutes left when it's a 1-0 game is a lot less effective and important than a goal made right now.
Right.
So, like, defensively, I am just, hey, you are not getting a shot off. Like, I am giving you the worst quality shot, which is only slightly behind no shot at all, right? And normally it's slightly worse, like, bad quality shot is priority, and then no shot. Because, really bad quality shot, I will take all the time, but I'm not going to take that here. And offensively, you got to just put the ball in the net. Like, yeah, you want a good quality shot, but anytime if you can roll a 20-sided die and it's a 1 and you win on a 1, like, keep rolling it. Like, yeah, it might not be ideal, but as soon as that goes in, the game's over. It's not like, oh, that's not a good strategy the rest of the time. Of course it's not. But as we get to this overtime,
in OT, every single game, dink 'em. All I want is a dinker. All my offense goes out the window, and I'm just Critter directly over midfield, dinker.
Yeah, like, you take anything you can get. So.
Oh, he's got the Birdo right here.
And then he hits. Yep. Why are you hitting there?
Oh, I think you should pass.
Yeah.
I know.
You had that pass.
It creates even that much more space to give you the corner that could end the game. But still gets what he needs.
Yeah, that okay. I don't care about that first hit. This second hit where he draws Birdo back, that's the killer hit. The game should have been ended there.
Yeah, but
that cannot be done. You missed that first hit. Oh well, you can get back and kind of block a corner maybe. That second hit, this is an odd man rush. You have 2 Birdos in the corner to defend. Oh my gosh.
But Vif doesn't press the advantage. Look, he's gonna fade back here, like right here. You should not be doing that. If you're fading back, you need to be running that corner.
Yeah, he goes. I think he's trying, but he just goes a little too far and messes up his angle.
Yeah.
Yep. And he I think has that passing lane to Luigi. Like, when he first goes up there, I think he has that passing lane. Like, right when Dan comes up here, he has that passing lane right there. Does. And if he gets that, the game's over. But he waited a little bit and then didn't get as good of a shot. He still got a pretty good shot, though.
Ooh, I love that bomb so much.
Garrett, great bomb.
I mean, it's super smart to look at that. I mean, like, it doesn't matter who you're hitting all 3, right? No matter where it's targeting. That's a really smart bomb. And I don't know how it doesn't hit his other Birdo.
Literally didn't hit a single Luigi Birdo. Not any of them.
Crazy.
He hit all 3. That is absurd.
And now look, he's got that. If you see the nose, he's got Luigi right there.
So what do you do here? Do you take the corner with the Birdo that's picking up the ball, or do you pass it to Luigi and try to get the chip?
Yeah, you pass to Luigi.
This is
100%.
Absolutely.
The other Birdo is here below Dank's scoreboard. Like, the other Birdo is nowhere close. Luigi can take 2 chips if he really wants. And it's greater. Like, you give this up to Luigi.
Yeah, this is a slide.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a slide, yeah. Either way. But I'm doing chip at crater. Anywhere else, I'm doing a slide.
So I still like.
Oh.
Wow. I still like the corner. You gotta be going outside. I still like the corner, but
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I think I take that corner. I agree that the better decision is to pass to Luigi, but I think in sudden death, my hands are probably shaking too much to like trust myself to hit a tech shot. So I'm just like, a corner on Crater is essentially the goal. I'm gonna take a corner,
right,
and play it safe. So I get why he's doing it, but I do agree. Yeah, I think the better shot is Luigi. Oh, that's so smart. Oh, this was
again, like, it didn't go, but that is half a foot away from ending the game.
Oh no, that's just a joke. I mean, and that's.
Okay, but here we go again. Here we go again. Okay, earlier in the game, we talked about in the same scenario that Birdo, you know, that one Birdo that's back there. So you can move it forward a little bit, but like that Birdo that gets blocked by the bananas.
Yeah.
Right. Good job, Dan, avoiding though. Oh, I guess it was AI, but still. Also, side note, trust your AI. They are not programmed to be like us, but they are programmed really well to like track things and avoid items. So trust your AI when you should. That's a whole separate topic, but
yeah,
we'll get there. Like here, earlier in the game, we said I was praising Viff for getting that extra Birdo if he misses, right? And yeah, earlier in the game, that's great. Get that Birdo back, and this is one of the things that changes, right?
Right.
In overtime, you need to force Luigi to take a bad shot because this is going in 95% of the time. If you don't get anywhere near there, forcing him to do something, you've got your Birdo coming there, Daisy's behind, right? You have to add pressure any way you can because you can defend without having someone that's in hitting range, right? If you are pressuring, if you are forcing a decision to be made, you can force your opponent to make a mistake even if you couldn't have done anything. That is fine. It worked in this case. I like it. It's not perfect, but in overtime, you have to try to force bad shots and no shots. And if you just avoid and say, I hope he misses this corner, you're going to lose. Or hope he misses this chip, you're going to lose. So.
Oh, he's got the Daisy. Oh, he was waiting on that.
Stolen, right? Oh no! How is it not getting stolen?
I think Viv hits instead of stealing.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, that was kind of panic hitting. Like, if you just go forward, you said that, but that was very much panic hitting. Oh, nice passing lane block.
Oh. He's just hitting the B button at that point.
Yeah. I think Dan right here is. It's not a bad B button hit right there.
This is good.
It's just unlucky. I mean, that's crazy. That's actually insane because if Viv gets that ball, the game's over pretty much. Like, look at how many Birdo, like how much of a break he would have if he just is somehow able to get this ball. But
or
crazy if I did. Yeah, exactly. But Dan is able to one-time it. Yeah.
Yeah, he also had that Birdo right up top here. I mean, if you really are thinking that much in overtime, you're crazy.
Yeah, if you could do that, you deserve Mecha Striker instantly. Yeah. I don't think I'd ever be able to have that mindset. Good.
Oh, wow.
I love that item. Okay, that's another scenario. Earlier in the game, I do not care. That's a bad item. Earlier in the game, right here, it's perfect. It forces something to happen from Dan. You're able to guard it. If you take a corner, okay, sweet. I hope you take a corner because there are a lot better shots that Daisy and Birdo can take here. Use that item. I love that. Force that pass to go across, steal it, you have an odd man rush. And in overtime, I do not want you taking an uncontested corner ever.
Yeah, and it also forces, like, in this one, it forced that, like, jump ball, where, like, both of them are, like, scrambling to get the ball first, but also not give up an item, and then Dan gives up one. Right, and you can use that item for later.
Yeah, really good reaction time.
Or even get it now.
Yeah, he uses it immediately, but that's like good to, like, he basically noticed almost immediately. I got an item and then I have a chance right here.
Yeah, and
Oh, but he slides
If
instead
he
of.
doesn't hit that banana, oh my gosh, if he doesn't hit that, it's over.
He's still in a
Like, that's
really good
totally-
position, even if he picks it
He
up.
still
with
is, but like,
with this Ouija.
Yeah, he can one time. He can probably. He has a chance to even just dribble the ball. But I mean, you one time to the left, and you have it goes right to the Birdo like every single time.
Is that in?
That's got to be in. That's
Yeah,
got to
that
be
is
in.
great.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful find. Okay, can we back a tiny bit? I want to see, like, who is Dan controlling here? Right? Look at his control. He's going up. Right?
Oh, why are you hitting there? You're never catching the weed.
So
You can catch up to that. You're forcing them. A lot of people on defense really think like B and Y, right? A slide or a hit is the only way to get a turnover. And that's straight up not true. Most of the time, you get a turnover by not doing what others expect you to, right? And the same as offense, right? You score on offense by doing what your opponent doesn't expect you to do, right? So, like, here, you're not going to get that turnover by hitting, obviously, because you're just out of range. But, like, even if you don't hit and just run back, right? Wait for Luigi to take this shot. Wait for Luigi to do something, because Viv is not taking the shot by himself. He's not trying to look for a centering pass if you're not hitting, right? He's trying to look for some other way to get the ball on net. You don't have to force anything there. There are a lot of times where you're forcing things or like you need something to happen, especially in overtime. But right there, before you hit, Luigi's not doing anything. If Viv shoots there, then no, it's fine. I'll let him shoot there. But don't let him get a better shot, because that's when things can break down. And it did.
So what happens? So he misses the hit there. What's stopping him from switching to this Birdo and playing the passing lane?
That's a great question. You should be stopping that passing lane, because what can kill you right now, right? Obviously a goal will kill you, but what are you preventing? You want to prevent a center, which we saw, and you want to prevent a chip, right?
Right.
And he could also pull this into the corner and try to get a knockout, right? But even with that, you have a Birdo in the center. Like, if he gets knocked out, you can still rebound that. You need to move that Birdo, like, to where the semicircle and the line meet. You move that Birdo right there, and he just sits there. He doesn't need to slide until he sees a pass. He just sits there. Just let him be.
I think you just gotta figure out, is like, what do I trust the AI doing more? Running straight towards someone with the ball, or trying to judge a passing lane? And I would let that AI just kind of track Ouija every single time, and I would switch over to the Birdo and try to play that lane.
Yeah, because if you switch to that upper Birdo right here, sit there. You don't need to move. Like, just stay in that passing lane and let this Birdo, that bottom Birdo, track.
He tries.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, but he jumped the gun. If he waits, he gets a steal and a breakaway. Well, kind of. But,
I think that, like, you saw, like, the rushed hit, and that's just like an OT, right? OT nerves right there. You're just trying to force it.
Yeah, and if Dan loses this, he's losing the set too.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's tough to, like, calm those nerves, but, like, in those scenarios, and most scenarios, like, even when I play, I am actively telling myself mentally all the time to be calm and to stop and to think, because as soon as I start reacting, I'm gonna lose. Like, most people are like, oh, just be reactionary in most things. I am the worst if I do that. But, like, here on defense, I have to sit back. I have to let Viv make the first move. If you make the first move on defense, almost always you're going to miss. Like, defensively, you have to let your opponent do something. Because if someone spins and you didn't try to hit them, that's a free ball. That's a turnover.
Right.
If someone passes and you didn't try to steal it until they already passed, that's a turnover, right? So you, like, defensively, it's so hard because you want to jump the gun, but you have to let your opponent, like, jump toward you. Otherwise, you're gonna let them do stuff. And obviously that changes in overtime. We talked about that. But, like, in this scenario, Luigi's not shooting this. Like, you have two people that can guard. You can switch and hit them, like, instantly. Luigi's not shooting that. Don't jump with your other guy who is stopping the only other way you can score. And honestly, credit to Viv for recognizing that. He sees that Birdo go out, and he honestly could probably lab this and also score. But he sees that Birdo go out of the way, perfect passing lane, and it's over.
Oh man, that was just clean. And in OT, why doing that ground pass is just, for me at least, it's just so scary and so risky. Like going over the overhead probably has a lower chance of making it, but what if you went overhead and went here? You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think Viv was trying to, and I might be wrong, but I feel like Viv was trying to go low up there. Like I feel like he was trying to pass for the top corner of that goalie box, not for the outside corner, but the
Okay.
one. Like it looks like he was trying to pass there, but then Berto went the other way, and that's originally where Dan slid to. Like he kind of slid to stop that pass, but because he slid early, his AI is like, oh, I should move out of that lane, and then he gets the perfect pass.
And yeah, it just goes in.
No. Go back 5 again. Yeah, it might be too late.
Right here?
Yeah, a little further. No, backwards, sorry. God, the end of this video is gonna drag on for everyone, I'm sorry. But
it'll be the first
right
time it
before
ever
Dan
drags on, dude.
Yeah.
right before Dan.
We're very efficient about time here.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Good.
That's for the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah. Oh.
So, dang it, we were a little after.
Yeah,
I wanted you to find right, not here yet. While Luigi's about to pass, right? So one more dribble forward, right? Yeah, right there, right? That Berto's moving forward. Luigi's moving forward. Dan sees this and probably wants to stop that, because if that Berto keeps sprinting, that is a goal. You pass ground in the front, that's a goal.
Right.
And he tries to stop that, but he tries too early. And it's barely too early. That's almost a leg difference, or almost like a ping difference, but it's just barely too early. And when he slides ahead of that pass going, then it's game's lost. And it's such a small thing. We talked about the small things mattering. That is two waits 2 frames and does that. He's got a slide. He's got a 3-on-2. He could possibly win.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That everybody's so good that small interactions like these could be the difference between winning and losing.
Yep, it's terrifying, honestly, because I'll be clear, I am no pro gamer. You see me playing, no chance. I do not react to things well. That's why I can't do any offense, because offense is entirely reading what you're given. I don't know what I'm given. But defensively, I can kind of give a plan. People say I've been the wall. That's not even close to true. I spend so much time just giving cushion and letting people do what they want, because some people, someone's gonna get lost in the sauce. I'm not gonna pull them out of it. I'm gonna let them get lost in the sauce and get a rebound and score.
Yeah.
If someone's gonna keep taking corner shots or keep taking bad shots, fine by me. If you keep taking a lab when you have chips right on your table, I'm gonna give you the corner though. I'm gonna give you those chips all day. But if you start taking shots I don't want you to take, then I'm gonna get in the way. And in this game and most of these sets, a lot of people try to stop all shots. They're trying to get a turnover all the time. And if you're trying to get a turnover in a place where you can't do it well, then you're just gonna leave yourself in a worse position. And we didn't see that a ton in this game, but that's still something that happened occasionally. Here's trying to get a turnover. It's a spot you can get a turnover, but you have to let that play develop before you do it. Because if you try to intercept the ball before the quarterback throws it, more metaphors, you're not going to over, right? So.
Yeah. Any other closing remarks from the panel? Nuke?
Full game. It was. We don't see double Berto action a lot, so I don't have my normal toad propaganda that I'm gonna try to spread. But
okay, but yeah, we were talking about it. We didn't have that many real defensive notes, because like both these players are so good at defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they switch very well, right? I think an important part of defense, right, is understanding momentum, right? Don't hold the R button the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like sprint when you need to, because the momentum is really sucks. So you have to know who you're guarding, where your momentum is, and more importantly, if you are doubling, if someone gets by you, then you have to know like, okay, who do I cover? Who's open, right? And so understanding where the open man is. And both these players did it really well. So I mean, it's just high level defense by both.
Yeah, absolutely. And like defensively, you succeed by getting between the ball and the goal, right? Like you are available to block it. You're able to block shots closer up. You're able to get in passing lanes. Like who cares about offsides? Doesn't happen here. So without offsides, you need to be back. You need to constantly be in the way of everyone's shots. You need to be in the way of their passing lanes. And you do that by waiting. If you keep jumping up and trying to get turnovers, it's not going to work. If you wait for those opportunities to come and then get them, like defensively, it's not the same. If you do the same defense for every opponent, you're going to get destroyed. Like you'll have 2 or 3 opponents that you randomly beat really well.
Yeah.
But if you do the same defense for everyone, offensively, it's up to you, right? Offensively, you should have the same offense or mostly the same offense. But defensively, if you try to force other people to do what you want, if you force them to do what they want and it's not good, that's so much more effective. You have to find like everyone's tendencies and let them do that, right? If someone takes bad shots themselves, don't stop them. And here, these guys both do that, right? Viv took bad chips. Dan didn't stop him from taking bad chips. He just forced him to take those bad chips, right? He let them take those bad chips because they weren't going to be as good when he was pressured, right? So let your opponent, don't force your opponents to do things. Let your opponent do things. Because if you force them to do things, they're going to have a better opportunity too.
Yeah, like once again, with especially everybody's so good, being so good at almost everything. It's just like, if you get them to take, get them to take the least efficient shot that they're the worst at, your defense can go a long way. But yeah, I think that's it. Usually people come here for the intros and stay for the outros, and as we are professionals at both, so we will see you later.